This is an in-service training program provided by Nutrition Care Systems. Today's topic, food labeling and dating. Upon completing this in-service, you'll be able to, number one, understand when to label foods. Number two, state the importance of labeling and dating foods. And three, recognize other types of dates. So we'll talk a little bit about labeling and dating foods. Labeling and dating is very important to assure that foods are used in a timely manner so that we're not using things that are old products or that new products get pushed to the back. Also, some foods tend to look alike, so we want to make sure we label to avoid any kind of confusion as far as what it is. So when should foods be labeled? Proper food labeling is going to include the name of the product, the date, and in some cases you're also going to list the time of day. Remember, chemicals in foods can often look the same in an unlabeled container. For example, flour and white dish detergent are similar in color. So if they're not labeled properly, there could be a major problem with that. Also, make sure that they're labeled appropriately. For example, food products such as salt and sugar look very much alike and need to be labeled appropriately so that they're not used inappropriately. So when should foods be labeled? The food must be labeled and dated once it's removed from its original box or container, and if it's placed into another container. For example, if you have a crate of produce that maybe you take out of the crate and you put into a larger container in your refrigerator, you want to make sure that you date that. Leftover foods that are placed in a container also have to have a label and a date. Once your refrigerated items are properly stored with the name and the date of the product, they have to be used or thrown out within 48 to 72 hours. Now, canned goods should be dated once they're received and before they're placed in storage with the first in, first out inventory management. So many people just take a marker and mark on top of the can the date that it actually was received. When you take foods out of the freezer to thaw, just make sure that those are labeled also with the date that it was placed in the refrigerator. So don't just take it out of the freezer, place it in a container, and then just put it in the cooler. You got to make sure you have a date of when you actually took it out of the freezer so then we know how long it can be thawed. Proper labeling of foods also ensures that the customers receive the freshest and the safest food possible. There are some other dates that we will review. Sell-by date indicates how long a store can actually display the product for sale. A best if used by or before date is the recommended for best flavor or quality. Used by date is the last date that's recommended for the use of the product while at a peak quality, and that date is really determined by the manufacturer of the product. And a closed or coded date might appear on shelf-stable products such as cans or boxes. Let's find out what you learned from this in-service on food labeling and dating. Question number 1. Food labeling should include all the following except for A. Name of product, B. Date, C. Time of day, or D. All of the above. Did you get the right answer? Food labeling should include all of the following: name of the product, date, and time. Question number 2. Once refrigerated items are properly labeled and dated, they must be used within A. 1 week, B. 10 days, C. 48 to 72 hours, or D. None of the above. The answer: once refrigerated items are properly labeled and dated, they must be used within 48 to 72 hours. Question number 3. What does the sell-by date indicate? A, the date recommended for best flavor or quality. B, indicates how long a store can display the product for sale. C, the last date for recommended use of the product. Or D, none of the above. The answer, the sell-by date indicates B, how long a store can display the product for sale. Question number 4. Canned goods should be dated upon receiving. True or false? The answer to question 4, canned goods must be dated upon receiving. True. Question number 5. When food items are taken out of the freezer, they do not need a date as to when they were placed in the refrigerator. True or false? The answer to question 5. When food items are taken out of the freezer, they must have a date as to when they were placed in the refrigerator. So the answer to this question is false. Thank you for your participation in today's program. Our goal is for you to use this information in your daily work. We hope you are well served today and every day. If you would like more information, please contact us at Nutrition Care Systems, 1275 Davis Road, Suite 121, Elgin, Illinois, or visit us on the web at nutritioncaresystems.com.